Hey guys, Angelo Esquivel here, back with another review. Now, if you followed my reviews for the last month or so, you'll see that I've reviewed a lot of LED headlight conversion kits for the 9007 series socket headlight housings. And you've also seen that none of them really perform well at all. So, what I'm going to do is show you what LEDs are actually supposed to look like. This will be a benchmark to compare all other LED headlights, because this Volkswagen Passat came with the upgraded light package that has LED headlights from the factory. So these are designed to work with this car specifically. This is not a conversion kit, but this is what a conversion kit is going to have to live up to. So what we're going to do is the same old test. We're going to look at it at the door and see the diffusion pattern. We're going to go on a short drive and I'll show you what LEDs should be doing. Okay, so what we are looking at right here is the stock LED headlights in the Volkswagen Passat on the same door that we look at every time we test an LED headlight set. Now this is the low beams, and notice the diffusion is very nice. We got a little bit of brightness heading in the direction towards where we're looking. And if I switch over to brights, you see we get a lot more light in a particular direction, which is straightforward. This is important because a lot of LEDs tend to have lights that, when you put on the high beams, just increase the angle of the light instead of directing the light down the road. Alright, so we are looking down the same stretch of road that we look down when we test every LED headlight conversion kit. And as you can see, the lights go down the road very far. The throw distance is long. The light is properly diffused. There's no patchy spots, no scattered beams. It's exactly the way you would imagine it to be. If we flip on the high beams, you'll see we get more distance down the road, not an increased beam angle. Increased beam angle simply blinds other drivers and doesn't help you as a driver at night. So we're going to switch back to low beams, and we're going to drive down the same stretch of road that I've been driving down for every single one of these tests. And we're going to show you exactly what a proper set of LEDs is supposed to look like. So right now we're just going down the road with the street lights, which is what I call assisted lighting. We're going to be heading down towards the part of the neighborhood where there is no assisted lighting, and you'll be able to see just how nice these lights are, working completely on their own with no other light source for them to kind of skew the results. So far so good. And the key thing to remember is these have good throw distance because they have a trajectory in which the light is being casted. Too many conversion kits emphasize the amount of lumens that they can produce, but they don't mimic a halogen inside of a housing designed for a halogen. And this is why when I get people who contact me and say, what's the best LED conversion kit? The answer is there is none. In fact, I tell them, look, just go with whatever the manufacturer used in the first place when they made your car, which is probably a halogen if your housing is a reflector unit. In this case, the LEDs, this costs a few thousand extra for the LED kit. Now, we are on a dark stretch of road. There is no assisted lighting from street lights. This is just the car. This is the low beam, and you can see everything very nicely. The camera simply doesn't even do it justice. We switch on high beams, and you can see way further down the road, which is perfect. So going back and forth, you get the idea. Now what we're going to do is head down a road where I will flip back and forth between high and low beams so you get a good idea of the difference between proper LED high and low beams. Now, what you see in modern cars is they're not using reflector units anymore. Reflector units are being phased out. What we're seeing more in modern cars are what we call projector units. They have this kind of like bubble inside of them, and what it does is it allows light to be focused on a very specific beam down a very specific direction instead of it being scattered everywhere. And that's allowing you to see better down the road on the highway. So projector units are taking over and replacing the reflector units, but there's a lot of people with reflector units that still want something better. But the fact of the matter is, I've tried a number, over half a dozen LED headlight conversion kits. None of them have worked well. I've tried 2 different HID kits, one single xenon and dual xenon, and they just don't work. And you got to remember, everything was engineered and designed to work with something specifically when they were putting the car together and when they were thinking up the design before putting it together. So retrofitting something, the company has to keep all that in mind. Every reflector unit's a little different. But now we're on that road I was talking about. We're just going to go down this road slowly and switch back and forth. So this is low, this is high, 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 low, high, and back to low again. You should have seen a very significant difference between the two. The LED headlights in this Volkswagen Passat are really, really good. And that's because the manufacturer designed them specifically for this car. And these are not simple, replaceable lights that you can get at an auto parts store. These are something you have to order from the manufacturer, and they're going to be very expensive to replace. But that's the fact of the matter with this particular situation. There is no easy solution. And conversions, I have not found one that works right yet. I'm going to continue my search to see if there is. But so far, the results are very disappointing. But I figured it's time to show you what proper LEDs do and how they work, and give us the good benchmark we need to aim for. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, show your friends, check out my other videos. I got plenty of them. And as always, I'll see you next time. Please drive safe and have fun.